Hi folks, this is Donovan Davis with the Reed Davis Investment Group, coming to you with our April 2014 economic update. In this video, we'll be discussing some of the major things that affected the market last month and some of the events that could possibly affect the markets in the days and weeks ahead. Please remember at the end to stay tuned for some of our required disclosure statements. Markets had a turbulent month last month, and the major indices ended on a mixed note. Despite the volatility, the Dow hit a record close on the last day of April, indicating that investors are still willing to rally on good news. For the month, the S&P gained 0.62%, the Dow 0.75%, but the Nasdaq lost 2%. First quarter earnings season kicked off in April, and while the cold weather caused weak growth, company performance wasn't too bad. Overall, earnings and revenue growth were both up, though many firms struggled with slow demand. Because leaders did a good job of lowering expectations so that investors weren't surprised by the mediocre results. Economic data was generally positive last month, suggesting that the economy is still on a solid footing and that the seasonal effects of the chilly winter might dissipate this spring. The Federal Reserve met in the last week of April and voted to continue tapering the bond purchases. This wasn't a surprise, but it's good news and shows that the Fed continues to have faith in our economic recovery. Consumer spending, a major component of the economic growth, soared in March by the most it has in nearly 5 years. Warmer weather brought Americans back to the shopping malls and car dealerships, giving us hope that the economy is regaining momentum in the second quarter. Jobless claims rose unexpectedly in the last month of April, though economists believe that most of the increase is due to seasonal effects. The Easter holiday and school spring breaks can cause wild swings in data this time of year. And we'll know more about the underlying strength of the labor markets once the jobs report is released. We got our first look at the first quarter GDP growth, and the current estimate is that the U.S. economy grew a sluggish 0.1%, most likely because of the lingering effects of the cold winter. Keep in mind that this is just an estimate, and the revised data may show a rosier picture. The housing market, which has been a major driver of economic growth in the last couple of years, may be finally faltering. Rising mortgage rates, higher prices, and colder weather caused sales of new and existing homes to fall in April for the third month in a row. On the other hand, tight housing inventory and improving employment prospects may encourage buyers this spring. The crisis in Ukraine continued to simmer and tempered market activity last month. While large-scale violence has been avoided so far, Russia massed troops on the border of Ukraine, and the new Ukrainian government seems to be losing control over much of the eastern part of the country. It's impossible to really know how all this situation may play out, but investors are most likely concerned, mostly by the potential disruptions of natural gas and how that could affect corporate profits. Looking ahead, investors will closely be watching economic data to see whether the seasonal effects of winter are giving way to a stronger growth in the spring. While we can expect more volatility, we can hope that better second quarter prospects will show investors that there's plenty of upside to be had. Once again, this is Donovan Davis with the Reed Davis Investment Group, signing off for the month of April. I hope you found this commentary interesting and informative. We'd love to hear what you have to say, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to give us a call. We can be reached at 318-473-0116. Thanks, and have a great day. While we believe this information in this report is reliable, we can't guarantee its accuracy. Opinions expressed are subject to change without warning and are not intended as investment advice or solicitation for purchase or sale of any security. Please consult your financial professional before making any investment decisions. Thanks. Have a great day.